Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. How we all doing? Hello, hello. How's it going? Welcome to stream. I love that Evo keeps track of how late I have been to stream so far this year. And we're batting exactly 50%, which I love. We're shooting 50%. We're batting 500. Pupper said hello. Yeah, Hero said hello. He's very ready for a treat. How we all doing? Hi, Haster. How's it going? Yeah, Hero said hello. Hi everybody, how we doing? Hello, hello, hello. I don't want to scare you, but they keep track of a lot more than that. Oh, I know. I am a little scared of like, what's the most, like, I have two questions for you, Evo. Today I was late because I said stream would start at 12 p.m. and then it started at like 12:04 or whatever. First question, what about the streams that I say in the Discord beforehand, hey, gonna be a little late today, like 12:15ish? How's that? How do you track whether or not that's late? Is it 12:15ish? Do I say, hey, it'll start in about 30 minutes? How exact are you getting there? Second question, what's the most unhinged thing that you track on one of your spreadsheets? I count if you start at 12:15. But what about the weird ones where I'm like, it'll start sometime in like 12:30 to 12:45 or like one of those things? Has there ever been like a weird start time where you're like, I don't know whether or not to count this as late? Anyways, I'm going to give the dog some treats. How we all doing today? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Ekodros. Did I get everything done I needed to get done before stream? I got the YouTube video set. I got that done, that done, that done. That done. Yes. Cool. We'll call that good. I think I did. From now on, Ryan's going to announce streams with a 1 hour time window to pump up the numbers. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe I'll just remove start time from the equation. Hey, at some point on Tuesday, I'm going to go live. Have fun figuring out when it is. Hi, boys. You want to serve them treats? Kingsley is 0 for 1. Can he go for 2 for 3 today? Let's find out. Hero whiffed as well. All right, Kingsley, your turn. I love it when they immediately leap for the treat, miss it, and then look straight down as if they'll find it when it's in fact still bouncing in the air. Okay, we're 0 for 6 on the day. I'm going to give them, in fact, a couple more because it looks like they kind of lost one underneath my computer. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They're good dogs? They're all right, yeah. I think they're fine. Evo says you didn't have any on-time starts in June. Wait. Evo says, usually I just go with your later time to be nice since you're usually late. You didn't have any on-time starts in June, but you are also late 7 out of 9 times. So what are the other 2 times? Were they on time? Early. Is it bad that I didn't even consider that was a a possibility? Didn't even consider it. I feel a weird mix of emotions about this. On the one hand, I think I feel a little honored. I think when you're in the business of like making content, there's this phenomenon where any attention is sort of good attention because it means people are paying attention to you. Like hate comments on YouTube, like roasts on social media, like people tracking weird stats even if they don't paint you in a good light. Like, it's just attention, right? Which is like, if you work in the attention market, then like, in a way that kind of means you're winning. Like, the worst thing you could be as a content creator is like a lot of time. I mean, the worst thing you could be as a content creator is a kick streamer. Just kidding. The worst thing you could be as a content creator in some ways is like ignored or like not seen or not like, you know, just kidding. There's so many worse things you could do, but it's like step one of making stuff is like having people watch the stuff. Then what happens after that is they react in all sorts of ways, which is like, you know, counting the amount of times you were late in June. Speaking of not painting you in a good light, I have a bone to pick with you. Sorry, Carly. Let me put my acting face on. Yeah. So Carly has a bone to pick with me. Let me put my acting face on. Yes, Carly? What's up? I can't believe you went a full 24 hours without wishing me a happy Disability Pride Month. It's like you're not even proud of me, Ryan. Gasp! I'm so sorry, Carly. I did forget. Can I please get a spam of Little into Pride in the chat? I'm a terrible fucking person. It's like the list of bad content creators is like crypto scammers, kick streamers, Ryan. And then there's a whole bunch of people. Happy Disability Pride Month in actual seriousness. I did know that this roast was coming because Carly did very kindly message me and say, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be quote unquote mean to you on stream as a way to briefly talk about Disability Pride Month. I just want you to know that I'm not actually mad at you or something along those lines. So shout out to Carly for, as usual, being the kindest possible person while also being awesome. I just think it's fun to be mean to you, but I don't want to actually stress you out. Oh, you're so sweet. Not happy Disability Pride Month. What a terrible start to Disability Pride Month here in the United States. Oh, fuck. Anyways, we're going to talk about stuff that doesn't make us sad/cry. How are we all doing? How's your day going? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We're going to play some Satisfactory today. We're going to... Oh, I have bad... we're going to spin the Wheel of Games, which is exciting news. However, I do first have some bad news. I have some... It's not bad news, but it's like... It's not good news. Evo, put this one on your spreadsheet. We got to change week because we're going to cancel Friday's stream. So Friday, for those of you paying attention at home, is a holiday in America, and I did not figure that into my calculations when I came up with the stream schedule for the week. And my wife and daughter are like, hey, do you want to hang out together and go have a pool day and spend some family time? I love you guys, but I love them a lot more. We're going to do that on Friday. I'm going to take a day to be with family. So I wish I'd have calculated that in my... I wish I would have considered that. But I did not. Because I'm flying by the fucking seat of my pants. Welcome to the last year and 40 days of my life. Frankly, it started a lot earlier. You know, it started early in Meg's pregnancy. The flying by the seat of the pants. But, yeah, so no stream Friday. We'll still do Saturday. I'm very excited for Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, we got a Wheel of Games to spin here in just a second. Good evening, Shammy. Good evening. Speaking of birthdays, today's Pissbot's birthday. Happy fucking birthday, Pissbot. Let's go. Evo is fully stolen exclamation week from me, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'll tell you how I feel about it. Tony says it's helpful, but now I feel useless. What I was just about to say is, I don't care who takes it. I'm so happy it's not on my to-do list. Megan and I, but I also relate to the feeling of Evo making you feel useless in the best possible way, Tony. I relate to that. Megan and I were at her computer yesterday evening because she was playing Baldur's Gate 3. Megan is very sick, for you. Those of you guys don't know. She's like miserably sick. H is in the chat. And her computer downstairs, She has her main monitor, and her second monitor almost always has my Twitch stream up. So Twitch stream, and I saw the chat, and I looked over at the chat. I was looking at Megan's Baldur's Gate 3 save, and then I looked over at the chat, and Evo was there editing the docket for the day. And I was like, man, Evo just, when isn't Evo, when aren't they working some stuff, getting shit done, you know? It's great. I should really be late less often because one of the things that I used to do before stream was change docket, and now I don't even have to do that. So, like, what's my fucking excuse? Oh my God, Bobby's here. Bobby, happy birthday! Happy birthday, by the way. Sorry, I missed your comment. Hi, how's it going? Happy birthday. How is Meg liking BG3? I forget if she's played before. I think she's really liking it. She made a Bard Halfling. However, she has played a little bit before. Megan and I did some co-op stuff. Not a lot of the game, but a couple hours. We got up to okay, minor Baldur's Gate 3 spoiler. I mean, not all that minor. How do I phrase this? Megan and I, in a co-op playthrough, got up to Baldur's Gate 3 spoilers incoming. I'll wave my hands when I'm done. You can mute up if you want to. I'll try and phrase it in the least spoily way possible. I'll wave my hands when I'm done talking. Megan and I got up to Auntie Ethelpetal, and through that whole area on our co-op playthrough. So we'd like met most of the playable characters, got through Auntie Ethel, and then didn't have any time. So now we're done. And we're done. Shammy says, not feeling so great myself. I've been off work all week with a fever. Oh no. A lot of it going around with work with 27 out of our 115 staff gone right now. Yikes. I want to replay BG3, but it's such a time commitment. I had the same feeling yesterday watching Meg play. I was like, ain't no way I could do it right now, but I want to someday. I really want to. What a good game. What an amazing game. Meg, are you listening to stream right now? I can hear her coughing downstairs. I'm guessing she's not. She's a little busy. She's probably like, my wife's downstairs like romancing another person, you know? No, I didn't catch her cheating. She's just playing Baldur's Gate 3. Probably romancing some Shadowheart, if I had to guess. I recommend a Dark Urge playthrough. Yeah. I want to do a Dark Urge. I want to do a Jack of all trades. I want to do a Tactician. All three. Not all at the same time, but I want to do all three. Ryan, what are you doing to make Meg feel better today? Why do I feel like I'm on trial? You are? When aren't you on trial? It's a good point. No, I mean, I don't know how honestly you want that answer, but I'm trying my best to let her to have her let me take care of her and let me knock some stuff out. I'm trying to do a decent amount of parenting. Trying to do the daycare drop-offs and pickups and stuff. But Megan is also, you know, sometimes she likes to have a little bit of stuff to do. So today I was like, let me pick up groceries later. She was like, nah, I'll pick up groceries. All I have to do is go and sit in the car. So she's still doing some stuff, but I'm trying to take it off her plate at least a little bit. Should go get her a sweet treat after stream, like a milkshake. Hey, speaking of sweet, of things I'm doing for Megan, I had a milkshake yesterday in the freezer that was a leftover milkshake because I got a huge ass milkshake the other day. I gave that to her. Hey. Anyways, she's had my milkshake. If you know what I'm saying, she's had my milkshake. Now I want a milkshake. I also want a milkshake. Ayo. Can I get an exclamation Rosie in the chat? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Can you get chat a milkshake, please? It's kind of hot. I gotta get this thing figured out. Wheel of Games. Wheel of Games. Chat, it's Wheel of Games time. Do. Speaking of things Evo is the fucking best at. Can we get some little into Evos in chat? Did you close the form? I did not. I figured I'd just go. Should I close it first? I just figured I'd go copy and paste stuff. But I don't know if closing it affects your list at all. What is this song? This is Foles? I did not know that. Oh my god, Evo sent me a screenshot of all of the stuff they're tracking about my streams. On time starts, the highest month of this year, I have been at 20% for on time starts. Holy shit. Yikes. But that same month, 20%, I also had 47% early starts. So really it's like 67%. What do you mean tech errors? You track the amount of tech errors per stream? Sorry, streams with tech errors, technically. Fuck. Oh, did you know that last month? Oh my god, Zuma. Holy shit, Zuma. In the months of February, March, May, and June, you have been the highest dog treat winner. Why is this wheel doing... Wait, what's going on with this wheel? What's happening? Oh, that's Tony. That's Tony. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this wheel? I'm freaking out. Why is it not over here in the chat where it should be? That's Tony for sure. I was like, what's going on? It's moving. I'm watching it move. That's funny. Sorry, I missed it. I got really distracted. Do I need to close the form? I'm gonna cut down the list. I didn't want to cut any last minute submissions. Okay. Stop moving your mic. You know me. I love to move my mic just a little bit. Luke's headed out. Bye, Luke. Bye. I'll have to miss the wheel. No worries. We'll post it in Discord here in a little bit. We're looking for forms. We're looking for that email address. We are closing the form. Okay, I've unpublished the form. I think that's the same thing. Chat, how's your day been so far? What do you got going on? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're vibing. So for those of you who don't know what we're about to do, we are going to do a wheel of games here in just a second. We put a bunch of the names of games on a big wheel. We spin it. Whatever it lands on, we're playing that on Saturday. The reason we're doing this is all summer long, we're playing community games together on Saturday evenings, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Yes, I know that's bad for a lot of people in different time zones. I'm sorry. We are doing one this Saturday. And to figure out what game we're doing, people voted in a little Google form. And we are going to spin that in just a second. This is the most he's ever moved his mic. Tony, what? My goal is just to make it so that the wheel is not on my microphone. Bobby says, coffee muffin and sketchpad. I'm vibing. I've been obsessed with Project Hail Mary. Let's go. Llama says I ended up taking a big nap yesterday after work. Still got a full night's sleep last night. Also still tired. Tactical Fluke scheduled somebody to come clean the gutters. Then decided I'm working from home in a robe for the rest of the day because I can. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, chat, we're ready. I think we've done it. I think we've done it. Tony just moved the wheel. And then I switched scenes. All right, are you ready? This is our wheel with no entries on it. This is our wheel with all the entries on it. Oh, baby! So we had 14 Golf with Your Friends entries. We had 9 Civilization 6 entries, 9 Sea of Thieves entries, 9 Prop Hunter entries, 8 King of the Castle, and 5 Deceive Inc. So, honestly, pretty even odds for a lot of these. Small advantage to Golf with Your Friends, small disadvantage to Deceive Inc. Let's see. What, nice, Tony. We'll see what it ends up landing on. Can I get, most of you are doing it already. Can I get a little in the wheel in the chat, please? Let's do it. Let's do it. So the game we're going to be playing on Saturday is going to be, oh my God, is it going to be player v player? Oh, no, it's Prop Hunter. Okay. Holy shit, I thought it was going to be PvP Civ 6, which did make me a little bit nervous. Now, if we were to, so we're going to play Prop Hunter on Saturday. We are going to do a very quick pity spin, as is tradition, just to see what would have won if it wasn't Prop Hunter. Golf with Your Friends. Do you want me to make an announcement? You know what I would really love, Evo? If you have the time, which no pressure. If not, I can do it later. I want to look at the game real quick on Steam. And I want to link to the Steam game on Discord so that people can, on Discord in the announcement / in the post to show it off to people. Okay. I did that last time too. There you go. You're reading my mind. RIP to Golf with Friends. We'll probably still make it happen at some point. Shouldn't you randomize them? I probably should have randomized them at some point. I don't know that I need to randomize them. Probably would have looked good, but seems wrong having the game all adjacent. Oh shit! You guys want me to redo it? Okay, hold up. We'll just redo it then. We'll just redo it. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up. Delete the VOD. Let me just restart. All right, we got. Let's see here. Get all the games back on there. We'll do a little shuffling. Okay, so this is like a pity spin. This is a pity spin. We'll shuffle it a bunch of times. Okay, so if the first spin and the pity spin wouldn't have worked, then we'd have played Civilization 6. Okay, so this is Prop Hunter. I don't know a ton about this game other than that it's basically prop hunt, except this is a fresh representative of the genre of hide and seek. Players are divided into 2 teams. One team is hiding by taking the form and property of objects. Second team is seeking to find. It costs 99 cents because it's currently on sale during the Steam Summer Sale. That person's being a bench. A bench, to be clear. So, that's Prop Hunter. Should be fun. Probably hop in a Discord call. Try not to give away too much information and play it. There you go. That's what we'll be playing on Saturday. I should probably buy the game, huh? Let's go to the bench. So fun to see how many Gmod mods are standalone games now. That's yeah, I watched a little bit of Prop Hunt back in the day because I'm pretty sure like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier played it back in the day. Is that right? Like forever ago? That's the only Prop Hunt I've ever really played. Or sorry, watched. Everyone played it back in the day? It's a big Let's Play thing. I definitely did not know what Gary's mod was back then. And I still barely understand what it is now. But all right, let's play some Satisfactory. I know, we got to change this music, Joyce. It's just not right. Sufjan, then Bon Iver, more Sufjan. We got to do something different because it's... Fuck it, we'll wear the helmet today. Can we get Thurnt on a Wednesday? Don't let me stop you from getting Thurnt on a Wednesday. I'm gonna stop the music for me personally, but don't ever let me stop you. Sorry, let me just change some settings real quick. Thank you, Evo. Thank you. Mona's lurking. Sounds good. All right, so what we're going to do is just Erica in Retrograde. Thanks so much for the follow, by the way. Thank you. We're going to hang out for a couple hours, play some Satisfactory, and see what we can do to our factory. Just hang out, talk. Maybe we'll talk about Dutch music taste again. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Let's do it. Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Oh, look, my head is fixed because my camera's in the wrong spot. We can't have that. We cannot have that. We simply must move this like over here and flip this one. Now it is fixed, aka wrong, which feels right. Welcome back. Ikulo says we are weird, but our music taste isn't that bad. Us being Dutch people. No, I don't think you're that weird. Maybe a little weird. I think Dutch people are great. They love bicycles. What's wrong? I mean, what's wrong with loving bicycles? You know? It's like the most like green flag thing of all time. What do Dutch people love? They love like flowers, bicycles, and by this I mean these are all massive exaggerations, but you know, good city design. Anyways, welcome back to Satisfactory. Last time we were here, we were building a copper powder train specifically. We have to build the copper powder, but we were building a copper powder train. Between episodes, I went around and I fixed, hopefully, all of the signals. I set up an inbound station over at our base all the way over there. I started this outbound station, aka I built it. I put a little a column of power and a conveyor all the way down. And I also did a little bit of work on the bus to kind of keep things organized. So I think we're to the point where we need to automate copper powder to send it back to our bus to then make nuclear pasta. Why did you immediately think it was their love of bicycles that makes them weird? No, I think their love of bicycles makes them... I don't think it makes them weird, like, in a negative connotation. I mean, it makes them, like it is a unique, like, it's like an identifying factor. Like Dutch cities have bicycles. Speaking of Dutch, I should be going to the Netherlands in November. Where to? Where in the Netherlands? Bye, Ecodros. Okay. We're going to go. So I guess the real question is, where do we want to build this on the ground? We decided that we wanted to use the copper ingot recipe that uses water because, if my math is correct, that will mean I need 1,280 ore per minute rather than 3,200 ore per minute. So then I'm going to need a shit ton of water. But that means a bunch of refineries to make that. And then a bunch of constructors to make that. So the first part, I think, should be close to the water. Because that's where you need to use the... You need to take the water up to meet the copper ore. There's some water. There's some water. I feel like this is a good spot. Maybe what we could do right here is do a little... This is really beautiful, actually. I'm Hot Mama's lurking. Sounds good. My partner's at a conference in Maastricht, south, right next to the Belgian border. So I'm along for the ride. Hell yeah. So what's the, like... I've actually been to the Netherlands twice. I've been to the Netherlands once, but I was in Utrecht and I was in Amsterdam. But I don't remember, it's been a couple years, I don't remember the, like, geography of the Netherlands and, like, where those cities are in relation to it. Does that make sense? What if we did a little... Like, is Amsterdam the very south of... Utrecht is dead center. Is Amsterdam the south? Or... Kind of gets right in the way, doesn't it? Yo, Cheese Mood. Thanks so much for the sub. 2 years! Amsterdam is Midwest. I remember Amsterdam is on the water, but I honestly could not tell you what body of water it's on. God, it's been... I spent like 18 hours in Amsterdam. So I really don't... Okay, I think we need to move this power line. It was on the Amstel River. Oh, okay. I wish I would have remembered that. Delete that. Dope. It's near a body of water we created. It used to be a sea, but now it's a freshwater lake. Okay, so my thought here is build a big ramp up for the refining. Probably doesn't need to go quite so high, though. And then we can just pump the water out of there. Shamey, I was about to say, I feel like Amsterdam is the Timberborn of city builders. No. Timberborn is the Amsterdam of city builders. I said that wrong. With the amount of, like, the amount of, like, aqua projects. Like, is it called aquaforming? Like, terraforming, but with, like... really aqua architecture. That's definitely the word. Okay, so now we need a bunch of foundations. Going that way. I can't use smelter. I can't use my wrong fucking button. My smelter array because I need to use refineries for this. Aqua texture. I really loved visiting the Netherlands. I spent like a week in Utrecht, which was cool. I would really like to go back. Spend more time. Unfortunately, I think my like highest part of my my highest priority in terms of how do we want to do this? In terms of like if I were to get to go to Europe, the things you know what I need to do? I need to build a freaking... I'm so sick of not being able to hover. I'm gonna build a power line just so I can hover close to it. Because this shit is so painful. We started manipulating the water around 1300. I believe 20% of total land mass is from places that were once under the water. Wow. Okay, now I can levitate. Come hike in our Cookie Crumble Mountains. So what I was going to say is the thing that's on my mind is like the thing I really, really, really want to do. In Europe is the like Chamonix, France. Like Mont Blanc area. It's like the trail running capital of the world and a place I really just really want to visit. Like bucket list type trip. France is so pretty. The Alps in general, I just would really like to visit. Hi Torch, how's it going? Holy crap. It's been a little bit. How are you? Okay, so what we're going to want to do here is each one of these takes... Oh boy. So at 37 and a half... No. I got to redo some of my math that I did earlier. Just a little bit of it. I've only really been to Paris. I'd like to see more. I spent like 23 hours in Paris. which was awesome, but I also would really like to see more. Okay, so what we're trying to do right now is create copper ingot to create copper powder. So this is stage 1, but we should do the math backwards from the end. I want 780 copper powder per minute, ideally. But I'm going to settle for 400 with the option to then expand it. We take that number 400, we times it by 6 to get the amount of copper ingot that we need. That's 3,200. However, to get 3,200 copper ingot, we need 6/15 of that, which is 2/5, meaning 6/15 of 3,200 is 1,280 ore per minute. So another way to look at it would be this number right here, 37.5. How many times does that go into 3,200? That's how many machines we'll need? Fuck, you've got to be kidding me. What? I need 85 refineries? Nope, not that. These. Okay, let's try that math again. This time we're going to do it with, what was it, 97.5? 32? 93.75, fuck. Call it 93. We need 35 machines. Oh boy. Who had 46 minutes? Wait, were you guys betting in spoilery chat how many minutes into stream it would be before I figured out how many refineries I would need? I like how Ryan's math has become better after playing this. My math has always been okay. I'm very comfortable with this. This is just factorial math. I'm very comfortable figuring out ratios and stuff. What was that again? Was that 32? Who told you you could use the thing in here? That said, my math skills have taken my math confidence has taken a little bit of a hit after the blueprints episode that came out yesterday. Fuck me, man. Oh no, my math confidence is at an all-time low. So I need 34. Sorry, I need 35 machines because you have to round up. So with 35 machines, then how many am I going to need to do the next step? To turn them into copper powder. I'm going to need 3,200 divided by basically 30. I mean, if we do the math here. Copper powder. I'll call 3 of those in. I make 125 a minute, but it takes 750 a minute, which is one entire full fucking belt. Holy shit. I have 20 clips saying otherwise. Did anyone else get better at math because of blueprints? Yeah. As I said, since when have you known about the the quick search button math bar? Since a very aggressive front seat. Not a front seat question, a front seat commenter. It was fine. Somebody just really wanted me to know about it. And just kept trying to break out of their chains. Ryan, if it makes you feel better, I'll never make fun of your math skills because I can acknowledge that yours are much stronger than mine. Thank you, Carly. Listen, we all have our talents. Math is not one of my talents. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is Carly has a talent that I will never have, which is that Carly is the most amazing gift giver I've ever met in my life. Truly. At 125 per minute, if you chuck it full of power shards. That means you need one full belt to run this. Yeah, I mean, this we should not do because this is just like 3 machines. It's 4 machines. And of course it's going to be more, but it's going to be like 400 divided by 5. So, what, 8 machines? Or divided by 50? 8 machines? So that part doesn't math. It's this math that sucks. I think. So if I copy and I paste this, does it chuck the power shards in there? It does. Cool. I do love to give a gift. God help me if I have to do math. Are we making machines that make machines in this game? Right now we're not. Right now we're making... So we're taking copper ore from the ground. We're turning it into copper ingots. We're going to take that copper ingot and turn it into copper powder. Take that copper powder and turn it into nuclear pasta. We're doing... right now we're just doing a bunch of math to figure out what is needed from each of those. Like for each of those items. So it's not a crazy difficult like build I'm building right now. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to lay it out and everything. Because we're going to need... So how much water are we going to need? We're going to need 35 of these machines at 25 water per minute. That's the part that's going to fucking suck. Holy shit. So if you take water... 120 meters of water per minute. They need 25 each. You can max that out so that it is 250% of 120, which is 240 plus 70 is 310. 310 divided by 25. Each water thing figures 12 of these machines, so you should probably just figure on 3 water machines. But that's like assuming everything goes perfect, which I don't know that it will. Okay. Let's try it, though. I don't even think I can go over that far this direction. So what we should probably do here is do it like... Is nuclear pasta an actual term used in this game, or is it something we're calling it? Yeah, it's a real item. It's a real item. It's actually the farthest right item in the upper right-hand corner of the screen right now. It's an item I need to make. Nuclear pasta. It's a like particle accelerator type thing. So... There's just no way I'm going to fit 35 machines that way. I could maybe fit 17 and then... Yeah, I've decided to fucking change things already. Accidentally deleted that power line. There we go. Done. So I think what we'll do here is put refineries like here. Hey, I have a front seat question for you guys. It's been a while since we've done this. How many more hours do you guys think I have in this game before I beat it? Front seat. At least 2 more? At least. Kind of an ugly way to do this, but I don't really care. Oh, I ran out of power. Fuck. There we go. Depends on you? I'm sure it does. I'm sure it depends on a lot of things. Like, one of the stages... You know what one of the things I'm most looking forward to in the game right now? One of the things I'm most looking forward to is currently our bus is wildly inefficient. And I am really, really looking forward to the moment when I get to go back, sort of like to turn everything on and then go back down the line and see where it messes up. Because that is going to be a, like, my guess is that that's going to be a 60-hour, maybe 40-hour, maybe 20. But, like, it's going to be a lot of troubleshooting. So much troubleshooting. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hazy is the only honest answer. Because you get distracted. I do. I get so very distracted. Somebody said 100. I'm seeing a lot of guesses from people who don't know the actual game, which is fair. Shammy, if somebody had a gun to your head, though, and said you had to pick a number, what would it be? Shammy, Uzai, what would it be? I ask mostly less out of curiosity and more out of, like, planning. Genuine guess, around 30 hours? Wait, what? That's amazing. That's way better than I would have guessed. Mog's guess was 100. You were the one I was like, I trust your answer. I don't, for instance, trust Carly or Akilos' answers or Katila's answers. Not because they're not great people, just because they don't know what the game is. Not lined up. I was going to say 40 to 50. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. I feel really encouraged by that. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel very encouraged by that. That's 10, right? 5, 10. Okay. So from there, we need to do 25 more. But I think the plan should be mostly to problem solve this shit first, design it, and then go from there. So what we'll need here is one of those. I'm so glad I'm not doing a full belt of copper powder yet. If you really focused, I would say 10 hours. I'll take that in the spirit that it was meant, which means probably about 50 hours. Whoa! Out of here, buddy. Get out of here. What's your current time? I want to look at how long to beat. We are at 210 hours. Basically. Hi, Formy. How's it going? How you doing? $210 hours. Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? 210 hours. Crazy. So I think the way we would want to do this is put a splitter here, then start changing the direction. These are going to take... I don't even know that I'm going to have enough of these power shards. They're going to take 37.5 copper ore per minute. I would have guessed it's more hours than that. Dude, if you are here right now, having sat through any of the Satisfactory playthrough, you are a masochist. You are you're a master of endurance. You are... I've spent a lot of hours on this game. No, that's a merger. I don't need a merger. I need a splitter. So shout out to you guys for sticking through it. 780 divided by 37.5. 20.8. So I can do 20 of these machines with one full belt of copper. Jesus fucking Christ. We've only got 10 here right now. But I did say I needed basically 2 full belts. I needed 1280. To be fair, you've a few fair hours off stream doing Fixsmith stuff. Yeah, and I've also really enjoyed, I personally, I hope it's worked for you guys. I really have enjoyed, I've spent a lot of hours off stream, or, you know, a couple hours off stream doing, these are the pure ones. Doing, like, cleanup work. And I feel like that has been really helpful for me personally, and for keeping stream at least moving at least moving. I'm far behind on the blueprints episodes, but Spoiler Chat has made some top tier memes. Really? Dude, I hope I get to see those eventually. You fucker. Come back here. Oh my god, it's hell out here. Woo! Ah! I did it. Hi Nash, how's it going? The moment I heard this game was being played, I couldn't wait to play it. Ah! Please don't come in. Yeah, I do think there's probably a lot of, I've not done it myself. There probably is a lot of value to multiplayer on this game. I haven't done it myself, but it's up here. I was like, where's the fucking thing? Welcome in, Nash. Needs 120 megawatts. Okay. Do I want to do that right now? Fucking sure. I'm sure there's power somewhat near me. Right there, for instance. I watched a couple minutes of your first Satisfactory video on YouTube, decided to play it myself first. The game's a lot of fun. The game is a lot of fun. It's one of those games where it's like you either know that it's for you or you know that it's not for you pretty immediately, I think. I wouldn't pay this game even if I was getting played. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gonna chuck this on here. I feel so lucky that I have the ability that you guys grant me the ability to play whatever I want. It's so good. I'm so lucky. I'm so thankful that in 1 year I can play, like, that I can play this game. I can play Blueprints, super puzzly. Mouse's watches, or my mouse's battery is dead. That I can play Zelda. That's my USB noise, if you heard that. I know that they're not all like equal hits exactly, or that they like have such different audiences and people like tune in and tune out for them, but I'm just so thankful that it can work to do that. I know a lot of people are, you know, very like, a lot of streamers are very like kind of stuck or tied to one thing, which I'm sure is probably fun, but also can be hard. Yeah, we should have some copper over here. I probably should also grab these power shards if I'm being honest. Power slugs. Oh, you're good. You're good, Uzai. You knew what you were talking about. Just didn't get it quite right. Over here. There's a baddie. Can you guys hear Kingsley barking? We're getting really close to Tears being a year away. We're really close. I can't imagine enjoying a game you have to play every day of the week for years. I mean, some people are like ultra. It's kind of weird. Some streamers are like ultra specialized, right? Like they play like Toontown Rewritten, and that's the only game that they play because that's what people watch them for, or something like that. I mean, frankly, for Satisfactory, right? Like, people, there are people who are Satisfactory streamers. Why is that the game you thought of? Honestly, it's the game I thought of because I was listening to an interview. I don't know that I told this story back in the day when we played Toontown, but a few years, like 5 years ago, I was listening to an interview with somebody who was a full-time streamer who played Toontown Rewritten. At the time, I didn't know what it was, and at the time, I didn't know that we would eventually play it on stream. So things kind of went in a funny direction eventually. But I was listening to an interview with them. It was an interview about this sort of topic where they were talking about, like, do you have any advice for streamers? Like, should they specialize on a game, or should they, like, do variety type stuff? And the person was like, well, it's worked really well for me to play Toontown Rewritten because, like, nobody plays this game, but there's a whole like group of people who love it. Etc. So, hi Cassie, how's it going? And I remember listening to that interview and being like, I don't know, I guess that's an interesting thought. Also, this game sounds wacky. And then never thinking about it again. So this is Mark 3 Pure. Meaning that's the most amount of, like, it's max belt. So I think these two belts are actually enough. I think this and this will be enough copper for our whole project here. I do have to belt it all the way over there, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Conveyor belts is too long. Why? I feel like they shortened the conveyor belt length. Chat, did they shorten the conveyor belt length on 1.1? Front seat question, yes or no? Hey, will you get out of here, buddy? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you needed to move. No. It was in the pool. What do you mean about in the pool? Oh, dang, they just feel shorter to me. Remember when we dragged our sulfur all the way across the fucking thing? All I have to do is go towards that. Flipping may occur? Well, sure. I'm sure it will. Hello? Oh my god, this is so annoying. There we go. We'll do it this way. Trinkets joke. Oh, it was in the pool. It was cold out. It was in the pool. Hi, Cassie. Yeah, we're going to play Prop Hunter on... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Yeah, that didn't work. On Saturday. Why is this not grabbing power? Do you only grab power from the ends? You can't grab it from the actual lines? That's interesting. I'm realizing the further I get into this game, how I just get like more and more invested in how much I prefer to just like fly, to be able to hover. To be able to hover in one place. It makes building so much better. Okay, now I need to get across here somehow. God, the fucking fog here is crazy. Almost as if perspective is important. And just being able to keep your mouse steady. Like... when you're jumping, you constantly have to move it up and down. Oh, goodbye. Okay. See you later. Remembering that you don't have a hover pack is the hardest part of restarting. Fuck. Oh, yeah, we got to change that, by the way. There's actually no stream on Friday. Let me change that real quick. I thought I did change it. Oh. Oh, no, I changed docket. Shit. Changed the wrong thing. There we go. Whoops. Very professional streamer. Very professional. Oh my god. probably should just do something like this, but that'll work, right? No, how do you do this? Ah! About to make this so weird. Sorry, guys. I'm focused. I'm focused over here. Ah! Thank you, Evo. Back up, back up, back up. Chill. Fine. Okay. So we do, oh boy. We do have some alternate recipes we can use if we really want to. The hard drive. Gotta kill some local wildlife here. Can't argue with results, but I hate clipping into the cliff so much. I just wish there was a way to, I don't know. I can't wait to get done with this game, mostly so that I can see how other people solve things that slightly frustrate me, you know? Like, I really would be interested in watching a pro at this game find a way to drag belts across a big space. Probably they wouldn't. They'd probably use either, like, truck stations or, like, some crazy shit like trains. You know, like, I can't wait to watch somebody who's way better at the game do this. Because I always think, it's fine. It'll just be like a 2-minute drag this across the thing. And then every time I drag the belt across an open space, I'm like, never mind. That was the most painful thing I've ever done. I'll never do it again. Okay, so this belt is technically full. This is about to be real ugly. But just drag it up the left side here. Tuck it in there. God, that's ugly as hell. Don't look at it. Tama, tama, tama. Oh boy. Fuck. Don't look at it. I'm looking at it. No, don't look at it. Don't. You're gonna cause yourself like psychic damage by looking at it. Avert your gaze. Random, but I was just curious. Is Timberborn making you want to try out any other city builders / management games? I'm really loving that cursed playthrough. Absolutely, Carly. I feel like it really makes me want to do like... So, first off, I want to try a game that has like actual city... Not... Like... Maybe people who know the games can tell me if I'm wrong here. But my understanding of Timberborn is that it might be... 12. A little bit more like, or at least my instinct, 13, is that it might be a little bit more, 14, like colony manager than city builder, than like pure city builder. 15, I think. Is that 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So tell me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows the answer. But it makes me really curious to try something like like City Skylines with like pure city builder type like resources and rule sets and stuff, you know? Like I want to manage some traffic. I want to I want to ruin some people's drinking water. I want to be the reason some kids can't get to school because I don't build enough school buses. I don't know that that's how City Skyline goes, but like, because I know very little about the game overall. But my understanding is that you have to do like city planning and like traffic and stuff, right? Carly, I just spat my Spindrift on my own glasses. I think technically I spilled it out of my glasses and spat it out of my nose. Thanks for that. It came out my nose and then it came out of the glass and onto my... Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I feel like... So on the one hand, Timberborn is making me feel that way. On the other hand, it is also making me feel like, well, what if we did some like... You know, I just like it when games go wrong. So like your Planet Zoo, you're kind of like your Planet Zoo situation, with like limited money, you know, like a higher stakes. It makes me want to play Frostpunk again, for instance. I think that's 16, 17. 18, 19. Yeah, I feel like they're fun. I don't know. Games like that are great. That's not right. You plan on playing the other faction in Timberborn or trying hard mode? At this point, I do not think I will play other Timberborn on YouTube. I may off camera. But I at this point, I do not have any plans to do it on YouTube. Timberborn has been so much fun. It's also like, it's not getting like a shit ton of views or anything. So it's like, again, no regrets. I'm having fun playing it. But it's not like a series I'm doing to like pay the bills. That's for sure, you know? Probably am going to need more power shards. And again, I'm very lucky. And I like, that is not a reason I would ever, it's not a reason I would not play Timberborn. I still want to, obviously I want to play games like that are just intriguing to me because they're intriguing to me, not because of any other like financial or audience obligation. But it's never going to be the reason I don't play a game like that. It might occasionally be the reason that I like limit a series or don't just like devote another month to it. If I spend an extra month playing the second faction on YouTube, that's an extra month I can't get to something else that I want to get to, and that, you know. So why are these all being... Hold up. Is this a new 1.1 feature, chat? Let me talk through it real quick. Is middle mouse selector, front seat question, is middle mouse selector and then building where it automatically copies and pastes stuff? Is that new? In 1.1? Or has that always been there? Not new? Dang, why do I not remember that? Cool. Well, dope. It's auto-placing all of my power shards. That's great. I understand that. Just curious how much you were planning to do in the game. Yeah. I think for now, like, basically, I think if this playthrough fails or succeeds, it'll probably be the end of Timberborn on YouTube, with the option to come back again in the future for sure. I also think Timberborn could just be a lot of fun to, like, play on stream, you know? I think a game like Timberborn could be... In fact, I think one of the things that is, like, kind of lacking by playing it on YouTube is the instant feedback of, like, Carly died. So we can yell at you live. Exactly. You can name your beavers after people in chat, and then they fucking die or do some dumb thing, or I kill them, or again, they die. And then you... That's built in, like, that's the sauce, right? Like, that's the good shit from these kind of games. So I need to make 35 of these, and I think I determined that I could do 21 machines, but I think what I will actually do is only do... No, we should just do 20 machines, right? We should do 20 machines on this one and then go again from there. Okay. This is such a monstrosity of a build. Any idea when or if the Nuzlocke would be back? I honestly would like to... Maybe... I'm debating trying it on the daytime streams when we get done with Dredge. Just to see how it works on daytime. Because I had a lot of fun with it, and then I just kind of ran out of time. But... Mog Demon says that the front seat question to that is actually hazy. Interesting. So it might have something to do with the 1.1 update, but I'm not sure. But hazy. Nope, no way. I'd love to be able to watch Pokemon live. Yeah. I think too, if we just like focused on it, like if we spent like a week or two playing it, I think we could basically beat the game and ban a lot of chatters. Like, I think one of the things I learned about the Pokemon, I don't know, tell me if you think this is true. Like, I think Pokemon Nuzlocke, where you ban, you name your Pokemon after chatters. If they die, the people get banned for a week. I think that idea works best if you play Pokemon for like a week, you know, or 2 weeks or whatever. Where it's like the bans have, like, the ban's more impactful, the ban makes more sense. People are tuning in every day to be like, did I get banned? Did I not get banned? That kind of thing, you know? Yeah, exactly. I think we're all on the same page. I think the ban, like, there was something really fun about the ban. It just kind of, the timeline of when I was streaming it was not working as well. It didn't work badly. It just wasn't, like, ideal. It wasn't optimized. As long as we can still watch with the ban. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 20. They should all get the copper ore. Am I doing this math wrong? This math should be right, right? These are 780 a minute, I think. Yeah. It has to fill them all to 100, which is why it's doing this, but like... I think it should work. Okay, and then we got to figure out the next part. Ryan banned me once to test it. I can't confirm you can watch while banned, yeah. I think basically you also got to like lean into the bans, right? I think you got to lean into making the bans actually like meaningful. Like, I think there has to be actual risk if you get your Pokemon, a Pokemon in Nuzlocke named after you. Actual risk, actual, like, reward, you know? I think having at least a couple days of, like, an actual ban makes sense. Yeah, of where you can't chat. And of course, like, what will probably just happen is those people will just go chat in Discord, which I fully support. But what's the reward? Your name's on screen. There's a Pokemon named after you. I'm not the one. You guys are the ones entering the raffle to have a Pokemon named after you. If you don't want it, don't enter. Elite Four winners are VIP forever. Honestly, VIP for a year, VIP forever. That's actually very funny. That's a great idea. Brian, how's your pocket luck been lately? Dude, Pokemon, this Pokemon TCG Pocket, this pack, the Eevee pack, is awesome. My luck has been okay. Meg's luck has been dog shit, which sucks because she loves Eevee. But she did get a full art, she got an immersive Eevee on her very first pack of the thing, so. I don't know, how's your luck been? I think this is like one of my favorite packs they've done recently. I don't remember how many we decided here, but we're just gonna need junctions everywhere, so I'm just gonna throw them down. Unrelated, does anyone want to help me make a site that accepts payment to put your name on screen? Tony's like, I'll type your name right now. For the right price, you can have your name on screen anytime. I'm glad to hear people would be down to bring Pokemon back. I was really sad about the like timing of losing it, but hi Lumella, how's it going? So 25 per minute. These things do, what did I say, 300 per minute, I think. 120 times 250, 240, 300 per minute. 300 divided by 25 is 12, meaning we should do 12 per, exactly, because there's going to be 35 machines. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You right there are the last one. Sun's out, so all's good. It's also fun watching you play games I know a little bit about. It helps that we got that, you know, I don't want to say the name of the Pokemon, but it helps that we got that Pokemon like right at the end that I was really in love with. And I was like, damn, I really want to see what happens to this Pokemon. Starts with a G. I don't think this needs to be Mark II, but no. Yeah, it does. Nope. 300. No, it probably does not, but I don't fucking know. I'm going to make it Mark II anyways. More pipe storage if I happen to need it. Look at that ugly ass clipping. Let's go. I'm going to delete it. I feel like people in chat are losing their minds if I don't. Good job this isn't a no delete playthrough. Oh my god, do people do that? No delete playthrough? Holy cow. That sounds so painful. I mean, a fun challenge, but... we ought to put this pretty low. Wait, why did that... I think that's probably enough lift. It's getting water. There it is. Tactical Fluke says ice is going to be really scary. For Garchomp. Garchomp is my go-to Pokemon TCG Pocket. Deck right now too. I have ore in my... there it is. I don't want to toss it. Okay, so this is like basically half. And then on the other end of this, it makes 93.75. On the other end of this, we're going to need... this is 3,200. I kind of want to design a little bit of this before I just completely fuck it up, you know? So it's going to make 3,200... copper ingots total. And the constructor at its fastest rate makes... actually, not at its fastest rate. Makes copper powder at 300 a minute. So... shit. This is actually a little awkward. Oh, I don't even know how to phrase this. I never used the Garchomp deck. Why is it good? It's good because Garchomp EX can attack the back line or it can attack the front line. So that part's nice. It's good with... I don't even use Rare Candy, but Rare Candy just got added to the game where you can skip an evolution. And I like to pair it with Marshadow, which is a... if something has died in the last turn, you do a bunch of extra damage. So set up Garchomp EX. It does a whole bunch of damage, has a whole bunch of HP. The minute it dies, you have a Marshadow that is willing to pop in and finish off anything that killed you. Oculus, you get... wait. You get hourglasses for competitive? What kind of hourglasses? Pack hourglasses? Or the other kind? My Pikachu Oricorio deck? You get pack hourglasses for competitive? What? Uh-oh. I didn't know that. I haven't been playing competitive. Every month?
What do you call a cow that's been knighted? Sirloin Lilland drumroll.
Sirloin. Ada read that incorrectly. Fail Kid, thanks so much for the 5 subs. Sirloin. Okay, chat, we have a problem. Thank you so much for the sub. Here's the problem. I'm going to describe it to you as I try and think through it. So we could just like put everything that comes out of these machines on a belt. Sorry, on a belt. And then we could take stuff off of that belt for these constructors. But I didn't factor this in when I built this the first time. There's a few problems with that. One, this carries 780 items per minute. These machines make 93.75. So you would need basically 9 machines to fill a belt. But then that 9th machine is not actually doing a full job of work. Then you need 2.5 of these machines. 2.5 of these machines can be fed by a belt. Again, there's a weird half number there, meaning basically you're filling 2. That's also a problem because all of a sudden that means you need more machines, and this is just bad. So I think what we may have to do is actually expand this whole thing a little bit. I don't want to tear it down. I do want to consider this thing needs 300 a minute. Fuck. That's just so unfortunate. 93.75. What's a good ratio there? Multiples of 93 are what? 93, 186, 279, 372. So every 7 machines would do 2 constructors pretty well. Holy shit, that's an ugly ratio. Oh my god, that's ugly as hell. And I could probably change it with a couple of these. $140. But are you overclocking them? I'm overclocking them, but not output multiplying them. And I'm probably not going to overclock the constructors because they run so fast that they're limited by belt speed as much as anything. So if you overclock them, that's 600 a minute. 650. So I guess I could just use 1 with overclocking. And then, but I think I would rather keep these and just do a second machine, right? Like, I think I would rather just keep those and use a second machine. Oh boy. Raise your hand in chat if you're following along at home. 3. Not really. Hand is down. 4, 5. 6. 7. I think this works. It's ugly as hell. It's gonna mean that my math needs to change again. I don't understand this game, and I'm grinding on pocket, so my hand is as down as possible. I listen, I watch, I wait to make a clever joke so one day I can be immortalized as a quote. You know what's amazing about that, Bobby? Is that I think it's pretty relatable. I feel like what you just said is pretty relatable. I feel like other people are also sitting there thinking, like exclamation other guy, I too am listening, watching, waiting to make a clever joke so that one day I could be immortalized as a quote. Now, maybe someday your future quote will be a little bit different, but I think for now, we'll use that as a stand-in. I think for now we can use it as a stand-in. And let that be a lesson to you. Exclamation Boblin Goblin in chat. It's great because no one will ever spell it correct. I know, right? Should we do it just Bobby? Should we do it? What should we do there? I had that thought too. I just need a normal conveyor splitter. Going like that. Going like that. This is ugly. Chad, is this the ugliest thing I've built recently? God, I kind of fucking hate this. I kind of hate what I'm building right now. I kind of hate it. And yet I am... And yet here we are. I like the clarification of recently. I know I've built other uglier shit in general, but, you know, recently. So that's right. That right there is 100 per minute. Hey, Tony, are you currently watching? Slash, do you have a free second? Okay, so both of these machines should run constantly. Now, 2 of these machines are not running, which I think it should technically be... I'm not at the PC? Okay. Hi, Sven. How's it going? Hanging out with Emma? How's Emma doing? So 93.75 times 7. Yeah, it's the 7th machine that's overkill here. For sure. But all I have to do is do this right here 4 more times. So what I really need is 7 times 4. 14. Wait, is that right? 50 per minute. Emma's at 90%, maybe going back to daycare tomorrow if her blisters will all scab over. Good. Hopefully that works. Hopefully she can. All right. Hey, Bobby, I'm gonna change something, okay? I know your name is also kind of hard to spell, your username. So if you just type BOBI, that should also do it. There you go. What did I do wrong for this math? It's just 4 more of these, right? Like these together produce 100 copper powder per minute. I need 400. So I just take this whole thing left of here, times it by 4. 1, 2. So now we go 1, back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this all works. Did I bring enough ore? So 7 times 4 is what? 28 machines? Didn't I think I would need 35? Now I'm very much confusing myself. Something isn't math in here. 1280. Divided by 37.5 is 34 machines. Can I get some question marks in the chat? We were just complimenting my math skills, but something's wrong. Let's start from the beginning. I need 400 copper powder per minute. To get that, I need... Oh, no. No. We were talking about how my math was decent. Chat, do you guys know what 400 times 6 is? You might be saying, yeah, Ryan, I do, because I both know basic math and it's written right there on stream. You can't see it, but I wrote down 3,200 last time. Fuck. I only needed 2,400. I needed 2,400. Which means I need a lot less fucking ore, because 2,400 times the 0.4, which is 6 divided by 15, which is, you know, basically, how much ore do you actually need? 960. You rounded to the wrong sig fig? Fuck. I saw 6 is 8, exactly. I did 4 times 8 instead of 4 times 6 in my math. So I need 960 ore per minute. $960 ore per minute. Divided by what? 37.5? Should tell you around should be less than 28 machines per minute, which is, or 28 machines total, which is the math that I just did. So that makes a lot more sense. It was actually 25.6 machines. Oh boy. Will Meg be helping Elle with math homework in the future? God damn it. So what I really want is 28 machines. How many did I build? Let's just get down the right number of machines before I lose my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I think the power goes to, that's 12, because that's where the water goes. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Currently at 20. We need 28. We'll figure out what we do with the water, because the water is going to be a little weird, but it's okay. This is the week of Ryan doing bad math. It's true. I mean, you know, maybe we should have Meg help Elle with her math homework, but I honestly cannot wait to help with homework. The problem is Megan also probably can't wait to help with homework. That's 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I think, like, you know, as a person who really enjoyed school, like probably a little bit too much, I really can't wait for homework. If my kid isn't a teacher's pet, they'll be sort of like, you know, Elle will be basically like denying her inheritance as the child of Megan and Ryan. Okay, that's 28. Relearning you stuff you've forgotten for years will be fun. I think I will, and then I think it will be. But then probably what'll actually happen is they'll devise some new way to teach algebra, and I'll be that person. I'll be like, back in my day, PEMDAS. Like, do kids still learn PEMDAS these days? I hope so. There already is. There's already a new way to teach algebra. Evo, as the resident like understander of young people stuff. What is it? When I was tutoring math, they were being taught different than I was. If I have a child and they get taught algebra wrong, I'm ready to march into the school and argue them down. I mean, for people who watched a little bit of Blueprints, was I wrong? Isn't calculus the area underneath a curve? 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, that shit wasn't algebra. That's 6 done. 7. Wait, no. 8. Wait. Fucking counting, dude. That's a part of calculus? I thought it was like the big part of calculus. There should be 4 left over. So this should be... From the water perspective, there should be 4 left over. Why is there a song for the alphabet I never understood? Oh, dude, I can answer that one for sure. As somebody who hangs out with a 1-year-old a lot right now, if anything is in song form, she's very fucking interested. If it is not in song form, she is not interested. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, it's just that simple. Like, like, I think her, like, I don't know what I find kind of remarkable is that, like, oh boy, please don't get caught underneath there. I don't know why this is. Like, why kids are so quickly, and maybe not all kids, but definitely my kid, why kids are so quickly enthralled by music. Like, what is it about music that is, like, prelingual that, like, is so interesting, or, like, is so, like, deep in kids' brains and so immediately, like, a thing they understand or get on some level? Music may make brain go burr. It does. It, especially young brain. Young brain go burr. Music, like, it's kind of like my daughter. You know, my daughter is like has probably like 2 words to her name that she can like employ. But knows the like. But she's already making song requests. She says "ba ba ba" whenever she wants to hear the, you know, the hit song "Barbaran" by the Beach Boys. She at this point I think we should probably just like, no, it's fine. Fuck it. I was gonna say we should make this uglier and not use the ratios, but it's fine. Like, one of the first things that like captured her attention was the song "The Itsy Bitsy Spider." I don't know that it's like anything I'm saying here is like mind-boggling to people. Like, I'm sure that doesn't sound crazy that kids like songs, but it's like, but they like them so early, and they like understand and move to them on some level so early too. Like, there's this Miss Rachel song. I'm so sorry you guys are all gonna have to learn it now because I've had to learn it. About that is responsible for teaching my daughter the ability to stop. Is it "I'm So Happy"? That is also a great song. It's the one about like how's it go? It's like, we're waving, now we stop. We're clapping, now we stop. We're jumping, now we stop. We're twisting. She spent probably 45 minutes this morning, basically, doing that song. Music makes your hips go shaka, shaka, shaka. Yeah, I did already teach you guys the rainbow one. That's true. That one's been stuck in my head as well. There's also the one about the bunnies. There's just a lot of them. Okay, so how many belts per? We decide 20 belts per? 20 belts per. So then right over here, we need to bring up more belt. Emma loves Miss Rachel and Sesame. Pretty much the only TV she's seen, but a lot of songs in our house lately. The known fact that mnemonic devices like rhyming make information more memorable by creating patterns that are easier for the brain to recall. And I think there must be an extra layer of that is related to music. I feel like there has to be. I don't know what the science on that says, but like, out of context, Tony has gone insane. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, 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 and stop. Dude. Tony may seem insane to you guys, but not to me. Tony's speaking my language right now. Tony's speaking my language. Like, I don't remember how old it was. She was probably, I guess Megan would probably know. I don't know if she would know or if she would just have a better memory than me, but like, Elle was probably in the like one of the first things that you could do with Elle was you could get her to respond to you if you sang a song If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Standing outside with your mouth open wide, going, And she would stick her tongue out at that part of the, she'd open her mouth and stick her tongue out at that part of the song at, like, way early. I'm not saying she's smart. I'm saying, like, that was connecting with her brain before, like the mimicking and the, like, responding to the music part of that was connecting with her brain before anything else was. Crazy. Oh my god, I tried to dismantle it. That dismantling is the wrong word. I wondered why I wasn't picking it up. It's okay to call your kid smart. It's culturally acceptable. I mean, in that case, my kid's a fucking genius. Nah. It is interesting though, because it's not like we, like, I guess a little bit we as adults do this kind of thing where it's like some of the mnemonic devices, maybe you use songs to remember them, but like not really. Like I'm not at my job because my job is this, but like Tony's not at his job making up like songs to remember the password to his email or something. I don't know. Like, do we lose the ability to use music as a mnemonic device? Do we just like music's function changes and it becomes something else? This build is so fucking big, by the way. Do we lose the whimsy of it? I don't know. Maybe that's it, Evo. We lose the whimsy. We lost the whimsy. This needed to be a merger headed that way. Oh, that's not fucking it. Jesus Christ. That said, in the last, like, year, I will say probably 80% of the times in my life, 90% of the times that I have felt most like aligned with my inner child, or like childish in a way that is like full of joy and wonder, has probably been related to music. So it's sort of like, you know, music is not like, it's definitely not losing its power. It's still definitely that like window into, as I get older, it's still definitely that like that one of a kind window into something deeper or like more childlike, again, not with a negative connotation. Also not the most reliable source of info, as seen by us remembering melodies but not lyrics for many songs. See, that's interesting too. I can't remember the line. I can't remember the, yes, me specifically, I can't remember the lyrics to songs fucking ever. But I can definitely remember the melodies more often. Not all the time, but more often. So I think the last thing we'll want to do here, this build is almost done is a strong word, but getting there, is do conveyor mergers like this. Headed that way, that we will hook up to the train station eventually. Oh, that's not lined up. That sucks. That's all right. Just a little curve to it. A big part of remembering long lists is chunking, and music conveniently chunks things into lines quite naturally. The hot take, wouldn't we use poetry? Like, wouldn't we just be masters of the sonnet if we did that more often? Or is that an issue of, like, we don't read sonnets anymore? Hi, Ella. How's it going? You also are having a crazy huge heat wave? Oh, my God. Yeah, I feel like everyone and their brother has been hot recently. It sucks. Okay, I need 7 of these. That's 4, 5, 6. That one's off. And then 7. Test that by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Music is one of those places where oh my God. Okay. I have a funny way to explain this. Music is one of those places where I'm continually reminded that I'm like, oh my God, my brain is doing things on levels that I don't. Like, your brain is so much more than the like windshield you look through to see the world, right? Like, there's the windshield you're familiar with looking through, and you're like, yes, this is my brain. It helps me categorize things and do things, etc. Then there's this whole other machinery back here that's happening constantly. Like when you dream, when you do a million other things, like when you make, like when you have connotations with stuff, etc., etc., etc. There's all this other stuff happening back there. I feel like music is one of those places where I'm like, wow, I don't understand my brain. I don't understand why my brain knows this or doesn't know this or like remembers this or doesn't remember that, or why I feel so moved by Rihanna's song Stay, which I heard for the first time this morning in probably like 3 years. Why do I feel so moved by that, etc., etc. I was watching a clip on TikTok of this stand-up comedian who was talking about how some science is so magical that it seems non-scientific. One of the examples they used was this. They were like, I go on my antidepressants, and when I do that, science says, hey, congratulations, you don't want to kill yourself. However, it comes with a cost. That cost is you're not going to be able to orgasm. And the stand-up comedian was like, think about that for 2 seconds. That's not science. That's witch magic. That's, hey, I'll solve this major problem for you, but it will come at a cost. And I thought that was so fucking funny. And I'm like, yeah, some of the, like, there's something kind of similar happening with your brain where it's like, you, like, I've got my description for why this works, but I think it is also kind of witch magic. At least a little bit. At least a little bit. Also, isn't that the funniest joke you've ever heard? I mean, that's such a well-crafted joke. To be like, science is not operating by science's rules. This is unfair. A little Faustian bargain? Wait. What's a Faustian bargain? Remember forever ago when we were learning about the Eisenhower matrix? Today's the day we learn about a Faustian bargain. No, I don't want to read the AI overview. A pact whereby a person trades something of supreme moral or spiritual importance, such as personal value or the soul, for some worldly or material possession. Where does Faustian... The Legend of Faust. There you go. Oh my God, this reminds me of something else. Speaking of, okay, so Faustian bargain comes from Faust. I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna tell a slightly embarrassing Meg story, real quick, which is that Megan and I were watching a like fantasy. Maybe some of the people in chat will know what it's from, but Megan and I were watching a fantasy. We were watching some D&D. It was a fantasy story. It was some D&D, and the D&D story had some enemies described as being Eisengeistian. And Megan was confused by that. She had missed the part earlier where... exactly, Joyce. This is Cloudward Ho for sure. This is just 100% the most recent D20 season. Megan had missed the part where she had heard the in-game there is like the nation of Eisengeist. And so when somebody was described as Eisengeistian, she didn't put together that it was, yeah, obviously people from Eisengeist. She thought for a moment that Eisengeistian was related to Isengard from Lord of the Rings. And she was like, wait a second. What does that descriptor mean? Because I'm familiar with Lord of the Rings, but I don't know, like, does that mean, like, you know, like, how does that relate to Isengard? And I was like, no. You don't understand. It's not that at all. Reasonable assumption? I was like, hey, these are both fantasy worlds, sure. Okay, we just need to hook up water. Water is one of the only things we have not hooked up yet. And then this build is almost done. Almost done. They do sound very similar. They do. But we had a moment, because, like, you know, I was high on an edible and Megan was tired from a day of work. And we had a moment where she was like, what does Eisengeistian refer to? And she was looking at me very confused. And I was looking at her very confused. And I said, Eisengeist? And she said, yeah, what does that refer to? I was like, Eisengeist. She's like, I know, I'm saying, what is it? And we had one of these. We're both looking at each other being like, what? Talking right past each other. She's like, right, is that like the, you know, but like, what does that mean in terms of like, what is the connotation that comes with Isengard or Isengard? And I was like, huh? No. It's the name of the fucking country. Who's on second? Eisengeistian is when you betray an old friend and trap them in your wizard tower. Eisengeistian. Alright, we gotta get some water in this shit. Some water. Back from lunch, we are talking about D20 in Cloudward Ho and Eisengeist. Been 0 days since we last mentioned D20 in this chat. That's true. Oh my God, Llamas! I finally did watch the new Game Changer. Megan and I watched it last night. Holy crap! Episode. I think you described. Did you describe it as chaotic? Is that what you said? It was really good. It was so chaotic, in a great way. Very. Why do I not have rotors? What? And Tony watched it last night too. It was a lot of fun. Very insane. I feel like they picked a really great cast for that. As should be no fucking surprise to anybody. But like, why do I not have rotors? What is happening? There's no rotors? That's not good. I feel like Jeremy Calhoun, Oscar Montoya, Ana Garcia, those are like, as they always do, I feel like they cast the perfect people for the episode. Rotors. I can probably just search for it. I need 3 of these. Why do I have none in storage? Arguably my favorite episode so far. Really, I really liked it. I'm excited for the BT behind the scenes to see if they predicted that ending. I also am very curious how they got to the ending. Like if they have any comments on it. Dude, Artifice, yes. The hat was Megan and I paused last night and we're dying on the couch laughing. Dying. Hi, Hunter. How's it going? Integers, sig figs. It's all confusing. It's all confusing. I haven't had a chance to watch it. It's a good one. I hope you enjoy it, Carly. Hope you see it soon. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. So now we put a pump. Put a little pump. Put a little power. Anyone else watch the new season of The Bear? Is there a new season of The Bear already? Damn. I haven't even seen season, I've seen none of it, but I feel like that show just came out. My therapist, Sexy Sam, isn't real. Sexy Sam can't hurt you. Okay, this should work, right? Oh my god, these need power too. Fuck! I did forget about that. All right, we just turned it all on. Let's see if the whole thing runs. The Bear is doing it right, putting out fantastic episodes without making me wait 2 to 3 years in between a season. Okay, I never hooked that up, apparently. Done. That's that. These things are probably waiting on water. Yup. But they'll get there eventually, right? Right? Where's the water? Oh no, that's not good. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Water in this game is scary to me. It's not, how do I phrase this? Yeah, it's actually scary to me. Because I'm just always afraid I'm missing something. Or I'm going to miss something, or I'm misunderstanding something. They're getting water. They're getting water. They're turning on. Oh, baby. They're turning on. We're making copper powder. At least a little. Are you spitting out copper powder? Copper ingots, I should say. Very slowly. A little bit at a time. All we need is 400 a minute. Bye, MK. Good luck at the dentist. Let me just go hook this up to the thing, and then, because the more we hook this up, the more we can see this sucker actually run. So just hook this sucker up and see what happens. Oh my god, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I can't wait to build this and then never, ever, ever have to build any again, he says, while acknowledging that he probably will have to build more so soon. Can't wait. Conveyor belt is too long. Fuck. Still too long? Fuck. Flipping. And we're ignoring it. Who cares? What time is it? 2:30? Okay, time to hook this up, see what happens. The clipping is so bad. Lumella's lurking, sounds good. Gotta clean the kitchen. Please, I don't want to go. Please, belt. Go up there. Oh my god. Fuck. Come on, please. There it is. Holy shit, it's getting sweaty in here. Very warm. Okay, almost done, almost done. We can do this. No, I fell right off. Fuck. Invalid placement? What do you mean invalid placement? My little brother asked for some help with Spanish homework. I went to Google Translate to make sure I was translating a word correctly. Google simply does not work anymore, does it? No, it's bad. It's real bad. Translate has sucked recently? Oh, I don't know anything about Translate. I just feel like Google in general is a broken, terrible version of its past self. We're just going to have to do one of these. Come on, this will work. Invalid placement, but why? But why? Invalid placement says who? Oh my god, we've done it. I think. Okay, let's go up first and double check that it actually loads the train. Hi, Sappho Test. How you doing today? All right, let's check our copper powder build and see if it works the way we think it should. So, I did not hook this up. But now that I did, that's funny. But now that I did, there should be a train here, which we should actually turn on to self-driving. Cancel docking. Let's do this. Oh, never mind. Okay, I think it picked up a little bit. Sometimes I feel like you have to kind of reset these trains a little bit. by just like getting them out into the middle of the track and then sending them home. So I think that one has, no, it does not have any copper powder in it soon, but it will soon. Okay, this part's running. I checked that the train went to the right station earlier. Now let's jump down and see what the build looks like. Make sure it's running at all times, basically. Okay, we're using some copper ore. That's what we like to see. Let's look at the colors of these machines. We would like to see mostly either yellow or this blue color. This blue color means we're working under overclocked conditions. A little bit of yellow and a lot of blue is ideal. Currently, that line is backed up, meaning it is getting rid of the extra that these first 7 machines, I believe, or at least maybe 14 machines, have here. Once they get rid of that, then that line should not be quite full. There it is. It's, nope, never mind. Still going. These are all yellow, meaning they are... Idle is bad. See, idle is bad. I thought it would be yellow as in, like, can't output. These are lacking water. At least they were. Don't like lacking water. I never power sharded them. Oh, have people been screaming about that in spoiler chat? I tub, I used extra commas today in your honor. Hell yeah, dude. Where are they? Don't I have any? Okay, we have 3 extra here. I'm drowning. Okay, there's a little bit of extra water. That should help. Should help quite a bit. It was exclusively Oxford commas. Does this one have? No, it does not. Okay, so... we need power shards because we actually do not have enough of them. How many lists do you use daily? Tub says. Daily, I use lists for personal, professional, and marriage reasons. How's that for an answer? Tub, I don't know if you know this, but I'm currently doing a playthrough of a game that sometimes uses Oxford commas and sometimes does not. And every time I see an Oxford comma or a place where there should be an Oxford comma, I comment on it. Thought you should know that. How did we get to the point where there's only like 30 to 50 hours of this game left? I thought we were at the point where it was like you had 400 hours left. Didn't we skip that? Like, didn't we? I feel like we were like... Tube and tub, by the way. I felt like we were at a point where there was going to be so much to do still. And then all of a sudden people are saying not all the time. Iculos says fuck the Oxford comma, which I find really funny. Iculos is just like, I see a place I can put my foot down and I'm going to get mad about something. Probably that, right? Yeah, I think it's that. The homing rifle is amazing. Hold on, when are you going to play the next Souls/Elden game? I don't know. That was very explosive. Yeah, I don't know is the honest answer. I'm not sure. I don't really have a date. Yesterday I went to look at it. It seems like the comma is optional in Portuguese. Technically it's optional in English too, but it's one of those like unwritten rules, right? The unwritten rule is if you don't use the Oxford comma, you're a dunce. How are we? How has chat been 2 days in a row? Tub has commandeered this chat to make it about Oxford commas. You know what? I refuse. No more Oxford comma talk today. Period. I'm putting my foot down. I won this argument yesterday. I don't need to have it again. Uh-oh. Fuck. There we go. Time for shit talk instead? Yeah, let's get back to some real interesting topics like shit. Right there, but there's also one right here. Power slug right there. Now that banning me is a legit threat, I wouldn't ban you, Tub. I already did that once. All right, power slug. What time is it? 2:40? 2:40. I need to get off here at like 3, a little bit before 3:30. I'm gonna look at this little oasis. Make a mental note of that. All right, that should be enough. Crafting bench. Oh no, is that gonna be enough? I only have 5? Fuck, I need one more. Fuck. I found it. Do a little bounce on his head. My first ever stream, we talked about why the humans feel the need to suffer to deserve joy. The very next stream, we talked about shit for an hour. Only an hour? I must not have been on my like fighting form that day, you know? An hour is pretty weak, like sauce for me. I know there's a stream Saturday, but do you have any weekend plans? That's a great question. Great question. Weekend plans. So 4th of July is Friday. So I will spend Friday night on the couch, sleeping with Kingsley because he'll be freaking out about fireworks, and probably also Saturday night and Sunday night too, because people like to light off fireworks all the time. I think Megan works both days this weekend. She does. Yeah, Megan works both days this weekend. So I am going to hang out with Elle What else? Friend has a birthday, so we're gonna go do laser tag. Oh my god, it sounds amazing. Laser tag. I used so many goddamn power shards to make this build happen. Like, I'm completely out now when I had 90 before this. It's crazy. May or may not be visiting family in San Antonio again. Mixed feelings because I like spending time with them, but I also will miss community game night. No. Is it illegal to buy or use fireworks in America outside of the 4th of July? I think it varies it varies a lot based on state and like local municipality thing. For instance, many parts of the western United States, I believe, have limits based on like fire conditions. Whereas, and I think it's also there are also products that are like taxed at a higher rate, if I remember correctly, depending on, like, certain places put taxes on them, kind of like cigarettes, make you pay out the asshole. Okay, we should now get a lot more copper powder because we should be producing enough water to feed all of our machines. We'll find out. Illegal in a lot of residential areas. People usually do it anyway. Yeah. Definitely, I would say it is a, like, highly unenforced thing. Highly. If it is illegal, I don't know. I don't know if people are getting caught for it. Where I live, people drive 30 minutes to cross the border and legally obtain some fireworks. Iowa just changed the law on fireworks. What to or what against? Sometimes you get really stupid laws where you're allowed to buy and sell fireworks but not allowed to set them off. I have no way of knowing if we're doing 400 a minute, but what I do know is this still doesn't have any water. And that seems bad. It is like 10th in line. So I imagine it might take a while. Chat, did I do my math wrong on water for this build? Yes or no? Front seat question. Please just say yes or no. Does not look good, dude. 300. Probably most likely hazy. I mean, I think the math should be pretty easy. Can pump 300 at speed, and they take 25 each, so that's 12 machines. 300 meters squared per minute. Sorry, cubed. Math is easy, but you did the math. Some might say 400 times 6 is pretty easy too. All right. So let's talk about this, like in a kind of front seaty way. So I have this thing which is targeting. It says target production rate 300 meters cubed per minute. Front seat question about fluid dynamics in this game. Does that mean I am getting 300 meters cubed per minute of water? Sorry. Front seat question. Am I getting 300 meters cubed per minute of water from this machine? Yes or no? There's a couple things that are interesting here. It says target production rate, but it also says here, my guess is that this is what we are targeting, thanks to overclocking, and then this is what we are producing. This is 0.3 as current amount, but that's because it's being like ejected. That's the amount that is in the extractor because it's like currently leaving constantly. Hazy. Okay. Well, that's bad because I don't know how to phrase this question otherwise. This seems like another classic fluid dynamics question. Classic fluid dynamics. I could just wait, which is kind of what I'm doing by asking this question, and see if these machines eventually turn on. Yes, question mark is probably the best answer. I'll take yes, question mark. Okay, good news. Good news. Good news. So if we are producing 300, here's why this game is confusing / why this is awesome. If it is producing 300 meters cubed per minute, then these pipes carry 600 meters cubed per minute, but the machines only ever use 25 per minute. So there will be lots of empty space in the pipes. However, because the machines are constantly running because they're not paused on output or input, I think eventually the 12th machine right here will eventually turn to a blue light and basically stay blue. These do. It used to be that there were 4 yellow lights here. Now there's basically 1 at a time, maybe less than that. This one will be yellow for a second. Yellow, blue. This one will be yellow for a second. Yellow, blue. Okay. I think we're fine. I think our math is good. I think these should mostly run. There are still some yellow lights occasionally, but this one I don't know why it's yellow. Is it water as well? Not water. This is output. Cool. So that's because it's the last on this line. Dope. I think we're good. If we're not producing 400, we're producing relatively close to 400. In a way that I do not find it worth to min-max. Almost every light is blue. Hell yeah, dude. I think we're good. It's not, like, perfect, maybe, but, because there's some weirdness about, like, basically, like, you should generally, here's my hot take. I think you should basically generally overproduce if it is a matter of whether or not your machine stays on or off. Like, we probably should have produced, like, 300 for 11 machines rather than 12, because that will basically guarantee that the machines constantly have water in them. They're never waiting for a single second, even if mathematically it works out. So, I think it works out, like, the numbers work out perfectly, which is fine. Uh-oh. Fuck. Did I have the right thing on already? There we go. Anyways. I was right without even knowing the question for me, says. Plumerius says I missed the question. So that's copper powder done. We can check this off the to-do list, actually. That means nuclear pasta's next, and then probably messing around with nuclear still after that, but I may end up kind of skipping nuclear, more complicated nuclear. Here's the real question. Has my is my power still holding? I don't know. We'll find out. Artifice, I don't know what that is. What's SharePoint? SharePoint can suck an egg. I don't know what that is. Speaking of suck an egg, though, I feel like, what's your favorite blank can suck a blank type phrase? I really have been enjoying suck my toes and suck a fart. Both are like interchangeably great for me. Is it Abomination Evil created by Microsoft? Is it like Dropbox? What's SharePoint? Cryface, I wish I didn't know what SharePoint was. Is it like Teams? I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. It is a cloud server for offices. Okay. Actually, I do think I have used SharePoint. I think I have. I think I used it for exactly one client back when I was doing freelance writing, and I also did not enjoy it. I'll be back in 2 seconds, chat. I gotta blow my nose. Oh boy, okay. Is this Bob the Builder Simulator? It's Bob the Builder Simulator meets Subnautica. Look how good our factory looks from here. Holy shit. Yeah, look at this thing. Look at our skyscraper. All those lights. It's really satisfying to me. Fuck, I'm gonna fall. Okay, so what we need to do first off is go straight up to... I already plugged copper powder in because I did that off stream. I actually ran, I'll show you guys real quick. I ran the belt underneath here. Copper powder goes all the way over there. Goes right here along the bottom of this thing. And then runs in. Rather than going all the way down only to come all the way back up, I just ran it in right here. So we have copper powder. We need to go up some levels to get to where it was being built. Or where it was needed. One of the things that I really... This is what I meant earlier when I said I'm really, really excited to problem solve my factory. So right now, my... First off, there's still no rotors here, which is insane to me. Should fix that. So I'm pretty convinced one of the major time things in my factory is going to be this. Right now, if I want pressure conversion cubes, they're not being built because there's not enough radio conversion cubes. Which means I need to go down to radio conversion cubes and see why they aren't being built so quickly. And the thing about that is that 100% when I get down there, they're not going to be being built fast enough because something else isn't being built fast enough. And when I find it, Are they actually just missing rotors? No, they're missing computers. They're missing computers, which means I have to go somewhere else. Like, all of these builds that we're flying past right now are all basically built with, like, 2-4 machines. Not a lot of machines. Many of these are going to have to be expanded way out, I think, to make our factory run well, to make 100 nuclear pasta. I'm really looking forward to that process, though, because it's a process that I remember and really love from all of the other Factorio building games I've ever... Factory building games, not Factorio. Factory building games I've ever played. Like here, we're making 2 computers, 2 machines to make computers, which I'm sure is, and also is missing circuit boards, which is literally the first item on our fucking thing. Like, there's just definitely not enough of these being made. But before we do any of that, we're going to do 2 things. 1, I want to build nuclear pasta. 2, how's our power doing? We are losing power. Okay. That's one of the things I wanted to check on. We have an hour and a half on our battery. Up to 4 hours, down to an hour and a half. Because we're not producing enough power. So that's interesting. Did you ever look at the MAM? No, I still have some hard drive stuff that needs checked on. But I'm most excited to do nuclear pasta right now. I'm starving. I don't know about you guys. I'm so starving I could eat. You guys know that TikTok trend? Where you go up to somebody and you say, wow, I'm so hungry. I'm so starving I could eat. And then you say the name of somebody that they know. My version of that right now is just nuclear pasta. I could eat nuclear fucking pasta. So let's make some. Produced in a particle accelerator, made it 200 per minute, and they need pressure conversions. 200 copper powder plus pressure conversion cubes. So we're only going to be able to build 2 of these things, which is good because they're fucking huge. Holy shit. I mean, it's just a fucking... That's 100% just a roller coaster. That's not a particle accelerator. That's a people accelerator. You know what I mean? It doesn't even fit on my base factory. Oh, what a thing of beauty. This is the first time you've seen one? I think it's the first time I've built one. I've looked at them in the thing. Oh my god, the coils. So I think we have like basically I mean, this is me oversimplifying. Basically electromagnetic coils that will turn on or off in the way that a particle accelerator does. And therefore fire subatomic particles in quickly increasing speed. So you have 3 different sizes of the things, which I'm guessing are to get it up to speed. Oh my god. Nuclear fucking pasta. So these, this is the problem. The minute we make one, we're going to completely crash our power because they have a weird icon here, which is that sometimes they take 500 megawatts of power. Sometimes they take 1500 megawatts of power. It's all it's variable. Technically 250 to 1500. Heavily variable, which I find very funny. But we can set them up without... without actually turning them on. That's fine. Copper powder, pressure conversion cubes. These are beautiful machines. I mean, those are really cool looking. And they are 100% going to crash my power. I wonder if I can see how much the extra... I probably can. How much charge does the battery have? We have stored charge 2,500 megawatt hours. Oh boy, should I try it, chat? I think I might actually implode my factory if I do this. It looks like they require Hot Wheels for components. I think we might actually cause irreversible damage to our factory to try and turn one of these suckers on. But just for a second, that could be fun. What are we trying? Basically, we have a machine so big and powerful. Think about like the mad scientist in the movie. They have a machine so big and powerful, it's going to turn off all the power for like Las Vegas. You know? That could be us. It might break our entire factory, but it would be really cool to see it run. Yo, Dunny. Thanks so much for the sub. Thank you, Dunny. Thanks for the Prime sub. How are you today? I think it would be funny if you exploded your factory. Of course you do. I truly think this will be like, we could put ourselves in such a power problem that it really like fucks up our day. But I kind of want to try it. You know? God forbid a man have some fun in his factory. Did I do that right, Evo? Carlin? I kind of want to see it. I also kind of want to see it. Exactly. So one problem is that we don't have any pressure pressure conversion cubes. That's not good. I'll have to check that out. Save first. I should save first. You're right. Infamous Diz, I don't think is related to Infamous Jeff. As far as I know. Okay, there's our one pressure conversion cube. Ryan is cosplaying as the boss that is always brainstorming ways to make your job harder. Dude, see, this is weird. I noticed this when I was playing off stream. There's something weird going on with the straight belt mode that I think might even be a little buggy. Look at this. If I grab this straight and walk all the way out here, it's not straight. You see that curve? It's set on straight. I hit build. It's curved. Now, my thought for that was one of two things. Maybe I'm adding a little rotation at the end, but when I was playing around with it earlier, I couldn't find, like, via scroll wheel. It's still curved. That has a slight curve to it. Can anyone explain to me? This is a how do I phrase this? This is a like sort of carte blanche front seat moment. If you can explain to me why it's doing that, I'd be interested in hearing it. Because as far as I know, it's not curved right here. But as you get out here, it is. There's pills for that. For the curve? Like right here, not curved, not curved, curved. Right there. You see that? Is the other one curved, the support just before? I built this one on straight mode. And I built this one on straight mode. So I don't think so. I think it's straight. Game does this to me sometimes. I delete them and rebuild them. I only notice it on straight mode. And I think if I go here to where the curve is, like I said, if I turn, this is curve mode, which is hilariously more straight. And then this is default mode, which is the normal. What is carte blanche? Hey, how do you pronounce that? I meant carte blanche, but I was doing some building on, like I said, on a off camera to connect a bunch of my belts, and I noticed that and I was like, I don't like this. It feels wrong. Okay, so we want you down there and you up there. It's a little bit too far. Here we go. All right, chat, we're going to turn it on. I'm going to chuck one. Never mind. I'm going to chuck one. Pressure conversion cube in this thing. I didn't mean to eat that. And we're going to check and see if it completely breaks our power. We're going to try and make one nuclear pasta today. It's going to take 2 minutes, 120 seconds, and it is going to drain. My guess is it will drain. If I was good at math and units, I would be able to know exactly what 2,000 megawatt hours is. But what I do know is this discharge rate. It probably means an hour's worth of 2,000 megawatts. I do know this discharge rate is about to go through the fucking roof. I'll tell you that much. Let's see what it looks like. Like one pressure conversion cube in. Oh shit, you need a lot more copper powder. It's not taking any on because there's... Fine. I kind of want to just feed it manually real quick. Fuck it. All right, whatever. We'll plug it in. All right, here goes nothing. Currently idle because it is filling with copper powder, meaning it should not be taking any power. This is just an up in our... No, it is running. It is running power because they take idle power. That's right. Now it's running. Save? You're totally right. I did forget to save the game. It's ramping up. It's ramping up. What's the power look like? 700 megawatts? Oh my god, it's going up. Music to my fucking ears, dude. Why is this terrifying? This is so exciting. True mad scientist vibes. It doesn't sound good. That sounds like my PC when I try to run this game and look at my factory. Okay, it did one cycle. Now it's going to have to do another, I think. What's the power graph look like? I mean, we're down to 45 minutes. So we can't run this rate forever. But I think we're going to be able to make one. I think we're going to be able to make at least one nuclear pasta. I love it when the big wheel kicks on. Can I sit in the middle here? Am I going to die? I feel so powerful in this moment. Boom. All of that just to shit out one piece of nuclear pasta. Done. We've done it. We've completely drained. Actually, not bad. We could have run it for a little while. We have one piece of nuclear pasta. We have to make 99 more of those. Can I put it in my hand? I can't? Damn it. Can I set it on the ground? Oh, yeah, you can. You can set it on the ground. It's beautiful. Why does it look alive? Oh, look at the way the air warps around it. Hell yeah, brother. Delicious looking pasta. All right, so now we got to do some we probably ought to solve our power issues before we start trying to run this shit, but the other thing we could do here is just go merger. I don't know if we're going to want this on the belt, on the bus, but we're certainly at least going to want it on... We're going to want it on the space elevator. After this, we should probably figure out what the fuck is up with our... rotors. Cool. Oh my god, look at the lighting. I truly feel like a mad scientist. You promised the factory would explode? How can you be power negative and... How you can be power negative and so chill is baffling. It's my #1 source of stress in this entire game. I don't know if I'm not smart enough to be stressed about it or if I'm just like, I'll just chuck another nuclear factory down and that'll be fine. I kind of have come full circle on I don't know that I actually care about solving nuclear in the complex way. I might just want to solve it in this simple way and kind of get me through, you know? Okay. Let's go look at rotors. Because apparently we have none. 7 out of 500. Something's fucked up there. Do I remember where I built rotors? Nope. Knowing you have an hour or so to fix it or turn it off probably helps with the stress. That it does help. Yeah, I think the having the batteries and it telling you how long you have until you need them is pretty great. Pretty great. So that's stators. This is motors. Rotors is like back on the other part, right? Right here. Why are we producing no? That's smart plating. We're just not putting them in the dimensional depot. Just that simple. We have 1 million rotors. None of them are in the dimensional depot. Our rotors are in fact overbuilt. I mean, that's a great problem to have. This is the ugliest possible place to put them. Shit, I did need this to be, yeah, smart, right output, overflow. Done. Hey, let's go. All right, rotor's done. Bye, Artifice. Thanks for being here. I wonder if we should start chucking stuff into our space elevator. Like, many of these things are being built in a way that I don't think we probably should. I think we should probably solve power first, because it's probably going to bite me in the ass. Yeah, I've got an hour. Let's go take a trip to our power. And then we'll probably just call it a stream over there. Good stuff. Chat, do people make mega factories in Satisfactory? Like, and my definition of that is this. Do people make factories in Satisfactory with the goal of producing, like, X amount of nuclear pasta per minute? Or something? Yeah, front seat question. Or something to the equivalent? It's been a productive stream. You built the biggest sub-factory you've done. Yeah, can you imagine trying to build all that copper powder back at the... back at the bus? No, no, no. Oh my god, somehow I landed that, and somehow there was a piece of grass here. I thought I had the jetpack on. Fuck. I don't understand the question. So the game I'm familiar with, the F-word game, it's very common to do things like, once you've beaten the game, you've played it a number of times, one of the ways you keep it challenging is you build mega factories with the goal, before you start, you set a goal of like, I want to create 1,000 science a minute. So it's like an arbitrary number that isn't related to like completing phase 4 or something. And in that game, they have like production statistics, which are very helpful for keeping track of these things. I don't know if this game does or doesn't have that. But I'm guessing that, like, it's a factory game, so, like, probably the same appeal happens for other people. Tactical Fluke says, how do you track it? Sync points. I guess that's exactly my question, is, like, do people do challenges where it's, like, yeah, blank amount of sync points per minute? How do they phrase those challenges is, I guess, the question. Oh, radiation. That's all right. What I wanted to see here is, do we have excess uranium rods? We have at least some. And we're depositing... about an item per minute is what it says. I don't know that this drone just dropped anything off them. Did it? Uh-oh. Had a Factorio game with a 7,000 science per minute. That was super satisfying. Eventually, you have to optimize for game performance. Exactly. I've done 1,000 science per minute, which I really, really enjoyed. And I got up to like 1,200, and I was like, I would need to basically restart and change some major things to make that work in a way that I'm not interested in doing. So, basically, I'm wondering if we just like chuck a third one on there. Can we band-aid this to get through? Because I think a nuclear power is like 2,500. Yeah. Two of these running, sorry, 2 particle accelerators running on average 2,000. On average 1,000, meaning on, in summation, 2,000. We honestly still have so much more storage to go for this that I think we should probably just chuck a third one down, hook it up, and solve our power problems that way. But we'll decide that on the next episode. Different people pursue different strategies. I do sub-factories per product. Some people have the challenge of using every single ore resource available, I guess. Some target XXX power factories. There's a community floor is lava challenge. You die if you touch ground that isn't a foundation. That's funny. That's very funny because of the you'd need to get limestone so quickly. Like you have to get to limestone to make concrete to get to limestone. That's funny. Okay. We're going to call it right there. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I would call that a very successful... More power. Hook up nuclear... Pasta. All caps. Optimize. Although what I think we will probably do before that is... Hook up to space elevator. And then optimize. I want to see the factory running full tilt. That's probably going to mean 2 more nuclear powers. I think probably it's more power. 2 nuclear. We need at least 5,000 extra megawatts of power. Right now we're running what? 1,200? No. We're consuming 1,500. 15,000, sorry. Shit. So that'd put us at 20. The factory is going to turn on. We may need 2 to 3 more. As long as we make that thing tall enough, we can run it. We will then have to probably increase uranium fuel rod production, etc. But we'll get there. We'll get there. That's a problem for next time. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon. Thanks for the stream and for the song stuck in my head. Standing outside with my mouth open wide, singing. You're so welcome. I'll see you guys later. Bye. See you Saturday for community game night.